Hello, hello. It's Mary K. Smooth here, guys. How you doing? I want you to know that I'm feeling so much better. In fact, right now, I'm feeling better than I have been. Remember, I've been complaining of being tired. Well, I am not tired today. I'm a welderly, a older lady still kicking some ass today. All right. So we're here for the retinol pool. I got a couple more users that are following on, and I need them to know that in your first 3 weeks, you go one time a week at night, and then during the day, you have to wear your day cream because you need the SPF 30. Okay. Now, what's going on? Today was a good day. A shout out to the VP where I was, Miss Tiffany Festa. It was her birthday today. Happy birthday, dear Tiffany. And it was a good day. Quiet relatively on the front at school, 30. Um, but I'm really feeling pretty good, guys. Um, oh, let me get started. I might as well. Here we go. And I am, you see, I'm not so tired around the eyes, right? Yeah. Um, yeah, I'm getting to the end of this, you see. But it's so little that you use. I still have much in here. Um, the retinol is meant to last 60 weeks. I'm in week 30. So when I kept telling you that this was it was more than half full, it's set to go a longer time. Now, I did tell you that the restore milk was dying. It's the end. I got enough for today, and that is it. But I have more, so I'll be going on with that. Um, but today was a pretty good day. I I've at school I have some new teachers at the location where I've been, the school, that are new to the district, and a couple are new right out of school that were hired. And I usually go over the technology with them and do what we call back to basics, where I talk about the hardware and the software and the passwords and things. So it's been some of that going on because all districts right now are short teachers. So they're all picking up new teachers as we go through. Even though, September was what it was 3 months out, six and change to go before the end of the year. So we're constantly picking up new teachers, and each month um, we have had to do. We get a group of the teachers together, and we do new teacher orientation. But still, when a teacher gets to the class or to the new school, it's so overwhelming, the new teacher orientation, that we end up having to go over stuff once again. So that's where I come in when I'm in a building. Um, I don't know how many of you. Well, there's some teachers that are watching. Might I have some followers and some friends. Ooh, yeah, I got enough. You see, I had to pour it today. No more squirting. It's over. Um, in Elizabeth, they are what you call a planning guide district. What that means is that there's a document called a planning guide. And a planning guide gives you a list for the major subjects of what you're supposed to pass along um, to the students as far as skills goes. Like it might say you have to make widgets this week. So the teacher's goal is to, at the end of the week, the student will be able to, that's one of the coin phrases, SWBAT, will be able to make widgets. So try to make teaching as simple as you can, especially when you're teaching the same thing a few times a day. In a high school, you teach 4 or 5 times a day the same thing. So I usually, when you go to the planning guide, that tells you what skill you're transferring. So that helps you to write your lesson plan and structure, and plus you know what the curriculum, what what the kids are overall supposed to do. So I try to make it simple for a new teacher. We have some technology, but there's some teaching techniques that you can use to make it easier for you. For instance, if you got a nine you got a 50-minute period. 60, let's be generous. You have a 60-minute period. If you use the do now and exit ticket strategy, that'll be 2 assignments a day, one when the kids come in and one when the kids are leaving. The do now, you're confirming what they learned yesterday. Usually it's a question or an assignment that has to do with what they learned yesterday. And the exit ticket is to address what they have learned today. So that could be 20 of your 60 minutes. So, and that also gives you 2 grades because you have to have a certain amount of grades in a semester. So I usually start them there. Then we have what they call a learning management system, and that is it's where you can document all the assignments by week, by day, however your filing system is. You can enter the assignments, and if it has a certain format, it can auto grade so you don't have to stay up all night. Grading papers. So I try to teach the new teachers how to use that, and then you can save it and replicate it to the other 4 classes that you teach the same thing. So then they can create, like, okay, I told you you're making widgets this week. So you might have a video to show, and we have a website where you can get a video and embed questions that our system, the LMS, Learning Management System, can auto grade. And then you've got a 3rd grade. And it'll verify that the kids understood the video on widget making. So that could be another 20 to 30 minutes. So now you got the 10 minutes in the beginning, you got the 20, let's say 25 minutes for the video, and you got 10 minutes at the end. So that's 10, 35, 45 of your 60 minutes is already gone. Then you teach for 15 minutes, and it's a wonderful day. Everything's auto graded. You don't have to go home and grade anything, and you can replicate it to the other classes. So the new teachers are on me quite a bit because I try to help them make it make sense. And they're actually focused on teaching their children what the school says they're supposed to learn. So they laugh at me sometimes until it finally dawns on them, she just took up the whole day. I said, not only did I take up your whole period, if you are consistent with kids and they know they have to get in the class because they only get 10 minutes to do that do now, they will come in and not talk. It's a wonderful thing when kids don't, when they actually come in and work and it starts to become a habit and you don't even have to worry about behavior anymore. I have fun doing my job. I know you guys think I'm crazy, but I try to make it simple. Okay, I got the retinol on. So now I need to get my creams and serums on. And I find it easier to put it on my hand and mix it because then um I don't have to worry about putting on 10 things at one time. Okay. So I try everything I do at school, try to make it make sense because I don't want to waste the teacher's time. I want the kids to learn. I want to try to customize my education to whatever grade or subject the teacher teaches. And I want to keep it simple. So that's what I do at school. Usually it's mostly around technology though. But this since we're getting so many new teachers right out of college, we need to throw a little bit more on the table for more meat on the table so they can not be distracted by kids' behavior. Because let me tell you, they call it classroom management if you're not a teacher. Um, kids, when they act up, it's not a good day. Let me tell you. So I have rules when I teach. Miss Johnson does not do disrespectful kids. That's number one because I can't. I'm telling you, woo, you want to make me mad? Be a disrespectful kid. I will stay up nights thinking of how to make your life miserable and work you to death because I don't like that. I don't like a kid talking trash. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Then I don't do kids that cuss. Yeah, kids cuss in school. And I don't do liars. Nope. Because what happens is I will help a kid using my 66 years of experience to get out of anything they do as long as they don't lie to me. So I give them the three rules and I give them three strikes. And it works like a charm. Because I'm very loving, especially the kids, but I don't like a disrespectful child and I don't like liars. And kids shouldn't be cussing in school. Sorry. I do cuss myself, but not at school. And kids, I didn't, no, no. My mother and father would have, off with the head. If I had to try that in school, ooh, child, I had enough problems with them driving them crazy and letting them drive me crazy. Because Charlie was smooth with his. He'd get me back if I acted up in school. So, but the kids now get away with stuff. They do a lot more than I did. Because my father and mother were both teachers. So they could come up with some really miserable punishment. Really. When I was in the seventh grade, my mother and father made me go to school at 7:30. I had to change everybody's bulletin board in the hallways. Every week I had to change it. That's like a monthly deal when the teachers do it. I had to do it every week. They just gave me the stuff. But I had to take it down and put up the new one. Oh, they tore me up for talking in class. So imagine if I really did something. Mm-mm. But That makes school so difficult for kids now, that their behavior is not good, and it's hard sometimes to get parents don't believe you. My child wouldn't cuss. My child j- your child did it. Do we need to pull the videotape? And sometimes the principal has to do that, because in the main halls there's videos of every school now, and they use it when they have to. In the private stuff, the bathrooms, but in the hallways and the stairwells, there's not in the classrooms, but in the hallways and the stairwells, there's cameras. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Well, it's been wonderful, and I'm sorry I talked your head off about what teachers, but it's a tough job now, and it doesn't pay well, and you're not revered in the community like when my dad and mom were teaching. Um, Now it's kind of tough, but if you have a child or a grandchild, ask them what happened at school today. Every time you see them, let them teach you whatever they're learning. All that is going to help them get it together. Um, because we have issues. Remember, at the end, third grade, if you can't read, the likelihood is you're not gonna you have maybe in that fourth grade you can learn to read, but you're gonna be so far behind that the next hurdle is fourth grade math. And if you don't know math and you can't read, you might as well call it. High school is not gonna be in your horizon. Yeah, it's just you're gonna just get socially promoted and not graduate from high school, more or less go to college. It's difficult if you fall behind. So I'm telling you, if you have a grandchild or a child, especially in that early childhood age, please be sure to ask them every day, how was your day? What did you learn? And let them tell you. Just for them, I'm not even saying you have to do a lot of listening. Just let them let it out. Because the more they say it, and the better they're able to articulate it, they're going to learn. They're going to learn. And you must be able to read in America. And the math as well. Got to be able to count your money. So I'm going to sign off, guys. And you have a good day. And remember, Mary K. Smooth in the Retinol pool.